everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and this is Saving SuperMom. Today is Friday. Happy Friday. We finally made it. Yay. I am going to be doing a plan / decorate my planner with me since if you missed my cash stuffing on Saturday, this whole week we were not able to do any savings challenges because our whole entire paycheck went to funding our bills. So we ended up doing our end of month and cash condensing and back to bank. And now today, instead of Freebie Friday, we are going to be doing our plan with me for the month of February. I love doing this. I love watching other people do this. So I figured, why not once a month just do it with you guys instead of by myself. Okay, so I am working in my 2026 budget planner that is available as a digital download in my Etsy shop. And you get, amongst many other things, there's close to 50 pages. Plus I'm creating a whole nother section and yada yada. This is the calendar portion of it, and I have an undated calendar, but I also have on a separate sheet, I have all 12 months of the year, and this is 2026 calendar, so this is February's of this month. And I use this as a dashboard, and then I just got my tabs off of Amazon. So let's go ahead and decorate. I'm so excited. I am winging it. I did not pre-plan anything. Yeah, so we're just gonna kind of do everything on a whim like last month, but I do know that there are a few important days of the month. So I'm going to speed you through, and I'm going to put all of the dates in the respective corners. I'm going to start off up here on Sunday for number 1, and then we will go all the way down to 28. So I will be right back. I'll just speed you through. Okay, so also don't mind this like double print because my computer did wacky things, but I didn't want to waste the paper. So next I am going to go through every Friday and put a little $sign because that is going to be our payday. Okay, and then I'm done with that. So now I am going to use this. I'm gonna use this right here as an indicator that my husband gets his bonus on this day. Okay. And then I'm going to use this right here on this day because it's my hubby's birthday. So I also brought over these. And I'm gonna do this cupcake. And then I'm gonna do these balloons. And then, we're going to, actually I forgot, I'm gonna use this to, indicate our paydays so that I can color code. So I'll write paychecks. So we've got week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. And week 2 is also a bonus. And these are the colors that I'm using. I don't know if you can see them, but I went with like a pinky purple theme. So we'll do this purple for week 1. Week 2 we'll do this like pink with a bonus. And then week 3 we'll do this one. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. And then week 4 we'll do this purple. So cute. Okay, so I'm gonna write, my husband is turning 31. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Okay, so we're starting off on, I guess we could go backwards, but so I also love to take this time to kind of put my content schedule in here so that you guys know what I am going to be doing and what to expect, what days. Majority of the time they stay the same, except for times like this past week that I couldn't afford to do any extra, saving. So I think, I'm gonna take these out for the sake of being able to maneuver them. And then I will move this off to the side. Okay. So we'll start off with on Sunday what did we do Sunday? Let me look to see what I released on Sunday. I forget. Of course, I forget. And I have my computer off to the side because I'm running playlist today. Let's see. So, okay. So we did, on the 1st, I released the January end of month. Unstuffing. And then on the 2nd, which was Monday, I did my Mom Life Monday. Which I did do a, what's it called? Cook with me. On the community post, I put like a poll and had you guys vote on what recipe you wanted to see. And so I had an overwhelming vote for chicken bacon ranch sliders. And I felt like that was perfect because it was just in time for Super Bowl being this weekend, and it is a super easy, quick put together meal that you can easily have for your Super Bowl parties and things like that. It is served cold. You know, you don't have to worry about keeping it warm, things like that. It was so good. So I did that on Monday. I did no video Tuesday. Normally I have $2 Tuesday, but like I said, we did not have anything. Normally my Wednesdays are my members, but I did do a special members only on the 31st, on Saturday. So that kind of like made up for not being able to this week. So that's good for this week. So now let's go over, today is Friday, and I don't post anything on Thursdays. Friday, normally I do Freebie Friday, but we're gonna do a plan and decorate. And then, so now we're gonna be going into our first paycheck of February. So Saturday, we're gonna do budget and cash stuff. And then, oh, I forgot I need my, so in here, I also have my budgeting stuff, and I use this to help me with where my bills go on the calendar. So I have my monthly bill reference sheet. I also have my subscriptions reference sheet. And then I have my monthly bill tracker, which I need to fill out still and check off all of January because all of our bills have been paid. And then all of February has also been paid too, because we pay all of our bills on the 1st, no matter what time of the month they are due. As long as they're not automatic, we pay everything on the 1st or the 2nd, depending on when, you know, that first day of the week falls on. If it's on a weekend, we'll wait until that Monday just so that it can go through and process okay. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and speed you through, and I'm going to fill in where all of my bills go, and then we will go through the paychecks and break down how I'm going to be paying them this week, or this month, sorry. So I'll put some music on, and I will be right back. Okay, I believe that is everything. We do not have a water bill this month because we paid, oh, I forgot something. Okay, so now I think we're good. Our water bill is not due this month because we had already paid it, and it comes every 60 days. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to highlight what I'm going to pay with the different paychecks. So there's a couple of them that I'm going to break down into two different payments. So we're going to do, I think I like using these. So I think I'm going to do this one. I'll use for that, and then there we go. Okay, so we're gonna break down our car, and we're gonna break down our phone. And I'm gonna do that with week 1 and week 3. Oh, don't die on me. And then my phone I'm gonna break down in week 2 and week 3. Okay. Oh, I'm also gonna be breaking down debt too, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, so week 1 was, I believe, this one. Was it this one? I don't remember. Oh my goodness. What is this one? Okay. So this is week 1. I should have kept them in order, huh? This is week 4. Two, and then I think that's week 3. Okay, so week 1, which is today's paycheck, we are going to be tackling our gas and electric. And part of our car. I think this is not the right one. Oh well. And then we're also going to be doing $115 towards debt. So I'm just gonna, for S's and G's, I'm gonna do this one. I believe this is supposed to be for, yeah, that's supposed to be for week 2. Oh well. So Lowe's and Klarna, and then week 2 with our bonus, we're gonna be doing all of, yeah, I definitely switched the 2. We're gonna do all of our mortgage, and then part of our phone, but that's not the main one. Week 2. Okay. And then, oh wait, I should probably, should probably put down how much I'm putting towards it. So a lot of people, when they do their budget by paycheck, they typically would get paid on like let's say a Friday, and then they would look in order to see, okay, I only have, you know, this my loan is due on the 8th, and then Lowe's is due on the 10th, so that's what I'm going to use this paycheck for because it makes sense. It's due before my next paycheck. However, I'm already a month ahead. I have a full month's worth of bill money or expenses, honestly, in our checking account for our bills. So what that means is all of my bills for February is already paid for. My balances for all of our things are at 0 right now. The only exception is if something is automatic. So, for example, all of our subscriptions are automatic. So I'm not going to be going in manually and paying our Netflix, our Hulu, my editing software, all that stuff. I'm not going to go in and I'm not going to manually pay for it because it automatically comes out. We have 2 different checking accounts in our bank, our personal bank. We have one that is specifically for bills that we pay ourselves. So that means we have to log into the account, pay it, and then it goes through. So we have that account, and then we have a second account that is specifically for auto drafts, and that's it. So we know how much money has to be sitting in there the entire month long so that we can have all of our bills automatically go through without bouncing or declining, whatnot. So when I do my budgeting, I have a very specific amount that I work with every single week. And my husband is a salary job. We do not work with his entire paycheck. He kindly asked me to not disclose his entire paycheck because I do this, and I am a stay-at-home mom. I do have an Etsy shop, and I do get paid here on YouTube. However, I only work with my husband's money. And so, out of respect for him, I do not disclose how much we have in our bank accounts, how much we have in our savings accounts, how much he gets paid weekly. I only disclose what exactly you will see. So, cash stuffing our bills, cash stuffing our savings, what I am putting in specifically with the money that I use. We have a separate savings account that we automatically take money from his paycheck and we put it in there, and that's kind of used for like a future retirement account, so we don't touch it. Even if we're in an emergency, we never ever touch it. We have not touched it in 10 years. So with that said, I do not have to look at this coming week's bills due just so that I can figure out what I need to work with this week's money. I have an entire month to figure out how to pay for every single thing. And that's why I cash stuff my bills, and that's how I can, because I'm already a month ahead. I already have all of that money in our account. And so now every single time my husband gets paid, for example, like today, he got paid. He's going to be getting paid every single Friday this month. Every single time I pull out cash to stuff in my bills binder, that money is for March. So as soon as when I do my unstuffing and back to bank, all of that money that I take, my bills money, that is March's paycheck or payment. So I have all month to organize all of my money and figure out what paychecks I can use to pay with what. And so that's, I feel like, the only really true way that I can do a monthly overview and figure out where I need to put my money and how I need to disperse the paychecks. So that's just something a little bit different that other people do. I know a lot of people budget their paychecks because they're on their current time. So, like other people I've seen on YouTube, they are going to go through and see, okay, I got paid $1,000 today and my loan is due on Monday, so I have to pay that, etc., etc. I really hope that makes sense. Just a little inside view of how I do my budgeting and how it's a little bit different than a lot of other people. And that's why I'm okay with showing everything online, because it's not 100% of what we actually bring home. It's just what my husband is comfortable with me showing. But also, a lot of people budget differently, and a lot of people are new to budgeting, and I just like showing that it can be different for everybody. And this is just what works for us. We've been cash stuffing and budgeting since 2021. So this is year 5 for me, and I've gotten down a pretty good groove. But obviously, with the economy and with, life itself and just in general, income changes, things happen, and we kind of have to just kind of be flexible with that. And so I can tell you for a fact that I have been on YouTube for a year consistently, but I have been before that I was inconsistent. But if you go way back to like my very first couple of videos, this is technically my second year on YouTube, but I was very inconsistent my first year because we had moved halfway through the year, and then I took the rest of the year off of 2024 just so that I could kind of get accumulated and accustomed to, our new life at our new house and, things like that. So, this is like my 5th or 6th different type of income that I have been working with. And so it's always revolving, even with salary. But it's always a learning curve, and it's it can be fun sometimes, but it can also be extremely stressful too. Okay, so now for week 3, I am going to highlight the car note. We are paying majority of the car note with our week 3, but I'll break it down over here in the sidebar. What else are we paying? We're paying the rest of our phone and internet as well, so I'm going to highlight that as well. Sorry, I'm blocking like all of my paper. Okay. So for also week 2, I am doing majority of our debt too. So I'm going to do my loan, and then my credit card, my husband's credit card, and I believe that's it. And then week 4 was this one, right? Yes. We're gonna be doing our medical insurance and then our subscriptions. So the way that I have been trying to figure out what I can pay for, I have a set amount that I am going to be doing on the weekly. So that's my gas, my groceries, and then our savings. So I've got my monthlies, my Sunday Fun Day, my $2 Tuesday, Freebie Fridays, and then I have my members only video where I save money as well. And so that is a set amount of $370 every single week. So what I do is I take my $370 and I subtract it from our weekly paycheck that I work with every single week, which is $1,035. And so that gives me $665 a week to figure out where I can plug in my bills and how I can pay those. So my husband recently had a pay plan change that affects his bonus in a positive way. So we're hoping that the bonus that we get this month is going to be like the baseline of what we can expect every month. And if that is true, then I'm pretty much going to have the same consistent breakdown every single month, I hope. But you never know. So I do have property taxes due this month. And I'm going to take a yellow and highlight it because it is super, super important. So yeah, so that is about $3,000 for our winter taxes. So now over here on car, we are going to be putting $300 in on week 1. And then week 3, we're going to put $400. And then for our phone and internet, we're putting $30 in for week 2. And then week 3, we're going to do $265. So this is another way that I can kind of break things up. If you watched me last year, the way that I used to do it is I used to put a little bit towards bills every single week. But that didn't leave me with very much wiggle room when it came to our savings challenges and like savings. And I wanted to do a little bit extra this year, especially with my long term and like my yearlies. And then I have some other things that I wanted to add in, like my freebie Fridays. So I wanted to do things a little bit different, so I had to budget differently, and I'm really liking how this is going. It's different for me, but I really like it so far, so I'm sticking to it. Okay, so now I'm going to fast forward, and I'm going to write down my schedule for the month, and then we'll come back and we'll go over what to expect from me in this channel. And yeah, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I have all of my schedule put in. So starting today, like I said earlier, we're doing our planning and decorating today. Tomorrow will be my first week of February budget with me and cash stuffing. Then Sunday, we've got Sunday Fun Day, Mom Life Monday on Monday for grocery shop with me and haul. And then we've got $2 Tuesday. Wednesdays are my members only videos. I do have a 3-tier membership here on YouTube. The first tier, you get exclusive videos. That's members only. You get 10% off on my Etsy shop. And then other perks would be a Google Drive that I do members only freebies, digital downloads. And then my second tier is all of the above from the first tier, but you get 20% off my Etsy instead. And then, oh, and every single tier you get a welcome gift and then a birthday gift. And then tier 3, the highest tier, you get all of the above plus it's 30% off my Etsy shop, and then you get physical monthly mail as well. So I used to only do monthly videos, but now I do weekly videos. Sometimes I'll do more than one, sometimes I will skip one. It just depends. It's all with whatever I can work in my budget. Thursdays, I don't do anything. I leave this open for any type of bonus video, whether it's reallocating savings challenges at the beginning of the month from the previous month, or an Etsy drop, or whatever. And then Freebie Friday is on Fridays. That's where I showcase all of the freebies that I get from other budgeters on their Ko-fi or their Google Drive. Most of the time, 99% of the time, it's from their Ko-fi. Excuse me, Ko-fi. And we play in my Freebie Friday binder, which goes to funding our family binders. And then, yeah, I already said Saturday is Budget With Me and Cash Stuffing. So that is my schedule. I put out 5 videos a week for the public, plus a 6th extra little bonus video for my members. And yeah, so I'm going to decorate this a little bit. I will kind of cut this out and I'll come back with the decorated part, and then I will close it out and say goodbye. So I'll be right back. Okay, I am back and I decorated a little bit. I thought it was so cute. I have a girls' night coming up this weekend, so I did a little girls' night. P.S. I love you. And then I used a bunch of quotes that really resonated with me. So this one, it says, be the energy you want to attract. And then this one down here says, fall in love with yourself first. And we got a little EXO moment over here. We've got some girlfriends, love you to the moon. And then a little love potion, some EXO balloons. I love it. Very simple, but very cute. So that is my February. Plan with me. Let me know if you guys like these kind of videos. I love decorating and planning out my month and just kind of looking at it as a whole, and I feel like I can tackle this month now. I've got a good plan going and I've got a good schedule. It's definitely keeping me held accountable. It's definitely keeping me motivated. And yeah, so with that, my friends, I want to thank you so much. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button so we can keep going on this journey together. And always remember, you are amazing, you are worthy, and you are more than enough. And I will see you in the next video.